Yo, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back with another video and another contest. Well, this is kind of a contest entry part 2, actually. This is for Rick and Records channel. He's on the hunt for 300 subscribers, which is good on him for that ambition, because I think he went from like 100. He's at around 250 right now, so another 50 to go, and then he actually does the draw for the contest. But before we get into that, just listening to this new 10-inch that I got. This is Beau Wanzer, one of my fave producers out of Chicago. Weirdo electronics, weirdo techno. A little bit lo-fi vibes too. This one's called the Do the Spider Shimmy. 6-track 10-inch that I picked up over in Europe. I think actually the label is from Canada though. It's on Suction Records. Beau Wanzer. So yeah, for this contest, well, this extension of the contest. So as you may recall, the contest was doubles. Show us your doubles. But in addition to that, for a second entry, which I'm all about, clearly, you can show 5 records of double-digit years. So starting with 70s, 77. Thank God he didn't start in the 60s. So 77, I got to show this old-timey classic right here. Very worn sleeve here, beat up copy, if you will, but yeah, Kraftwerk's Trans Euro Express, the classic. Not necessarily the best. Oh, look at that, it's even coming to the bottom here. Not the best Kraftwerk album, or not my absolute favorite, but it's very cool though too. It's got Europe Endless on here. And yeah, Trans Euro Express, what a legendary track. Like, a huge influence on electro and hip hop and Africa Bambaataa. And thinking that this came out in 77, that track is just so futuristic. As I said, the influences reach out long past it. This is a Canadian pressing, I think, actually, way back in 77. Now for 1988, the album that immediately comes to my mind for 88 always is going to be P.E. This was kind of our coming of age political record, I'd say, for my generation. I mean, I had already heard like Subhumans and Dead Kennedys and Sex Pistols of the 70s, early 80s, but I was pretty young in those era. But 88, 89, I was in junior high, getting ready for high school. That's when I started DJing and even started a hip hop group back in high school days. And I was all about Public Enemy. They're a huge influence. Love this record when it came out. Every track is killer, top to bottom. So many on here. Prophets of Rage, Rebel Without a Pause, Louder Than a Bomb. There's tons of singles even just from this album. And videos, of course, back in the day. Love the samples. Love the noisy production. The Bomb Squad. Rick Rubin on this thing too. That's definitely the record of 1988. The best record maybe of 1988. Groundbreaking. For 99, I'm going to go with another hip-hop album. It's going to show some singles, because definitely as we get in the 90s, 2000s, I'm much more about the singles than the albums. But if I want to show an album, I'm going to show Prince Paul's Prince of Thieves record. This record is just deluxe, next level, kind of throwback to Golden Era. Golden Era is long gone at this point, but Prince Paul, of course, the legendary DJ producer of De La Soul. De La Soul known for all those samples, etc. This one's cool, man. This is like kind of like a movie soundtrack. This record plays like a movie soundtrack. It's a double disc I picked up back in the day on Tommy Boy Records. It has lots and lots of guest appearances. You got Sadat X, you got De La Soul, Chris Rock, Breeze, Big Dead Kane, Biz Markie, Chub Rock is on this too, and a whole bunch of others. Really classic hip-hop record that came kind of out of nowhere in 99. I don't think any of us were expecting this, but Prince Paul's solo album, Prince of Thieves. Prince Among Thieves. I think it got reissued maybe, not sure. So that's my 99. Now 2011, I got to show a record I just picked up actually. It's a full-length album too, and that is going to be Cantu. Just got this record in my European trip. Fallen is the name of this album. I think this is his first album. He's got a lot of singles, of course. Kind of gnarly, gruesome cover, which continues on the insert as well. This is on Kram Records out of Netherlands. So Dutch label, but artist is American, I think. I think he's actually from Ann Arbor, Michigan, according to his Bandcamp. Lots of really great, deep sounds, all instrumental. Ranges from like deep analog kind of house to techno, tech house. This really great listen all the way through. Just brought this to the listening party the other day, and it's definitely a favorite. Fallen by Cantu from 2011. And then that brings us all the way to 2022. And my pick, actually, I think this was my number one pick for 2022. This CD, which I haven't listened to in a little bit, but man, what a cool album this is. I'd like to get this on vinyl, actually. This is Charles Stepany, who passed away too soon, a young age, in his 40s, I think. He's a producer of Earth, Wind, and Fire and a bunch of other soul, funk bands. He's also a keyboardist too, electric keyboard. And this record, Step on Step, released by International Anthem Records, it's just really cool record. Very personal. It's got the voices of his daughters, his three daughters, kind of narrate the album in between tracks and introduce the songs, and a little bit of history behind the songs. So it's really intimate and kind of personal take, and also very cool and very funky. So yeah, 2022's Charles Stepany album, I definitely recommend that. And if I find this on vinyl one of these days, I'm gonna have to pick it up too. So that's my second entry into the contest, Rick and Records, and I'll see you guys in the next one.